from a little journey of mine that I have gotten from becoming a teacher. Thank you very much. So to begin with, Nsapa, are you sharing the screen?
I'm downloading it. I'll be sharing it in a minute or two, so you can just keep on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, my PPT has a challenge. Apologies for that. So having a background of a science teacher, I have learned the process of becoming a reading teacher from the beginning to the person that I am today. My reading journey started from in 2021 when I was referred to. Of course, I've worked in a school setting, but at the same time, I decided to become a tutor. Yeah, so I did not focus. And then I started doing home tutoring and teaching learners from their home setting. So I did not continue with working in a school setting. So in the year 2021 is when I was referred to a grade three 9-year-old learner who at that point did not know how to read and write. So of course, I was still growing in the field of education and being a teacher. So I wondered because I was referred and I have a background of being a science teacher, moreover in secondary. This built my curiosity, like, why is it that this learner has not learned how to read? What's happening? Because by then I knew nothing about the foundation of reading. How does reading occur? How do learners learn how to read? So I was like, what's happening? How come like this child is in grade 3, from grade 1, grade 2, and then grade 3 now? Then is when that the child is being realized that she does not know how to read. So because I was referred by my mentor, so I had to put the reputation that, okay, so there's somebody's name that I have to adhere to. And yeah, so I took the initiative of self-learning and getting to understand how does reading occur? How do learners learn how to read? So I really, in my first year from college to starting working, I worked in a primary school. So I was referred to I was in grade 2 classroom, a homeroom teacher. So still yet, I have a background of teaching secondary. So in primary, I didn't know much. But so this learner created a curiosity out of me, like, I think I need to understand what's happening. So at that time also, I was home tutoring a 4-year-old autistic child by a person, and the mother also. So the mother was also equipping me, like, to have different learning materials so that I can be able to help the child. So through that, a lady referred to me. Then at that point, I was introduced to Jollyphonics. So I had to understand what is Jollyphonics. I had to do videos from YouTube. How do people teach how to read? So that was May 2021. I met this learner. She's a girl having a sibling, 4-year-old, who is catching up in terms of reading. So this girl, self-esteem was low. The confidence was low because everybody was looking up to her like, how come that you cannot read? and yet you're the big sister. So at that point is when now I realized that, okay, Upendo, you have to do something. I started, so there I was more than a teacher, because I had to, I understand, like, okay, you are not just being a teacher here, you're supposed to be a friend, because this child, she was unhappy, I can say. She wasn't happy at all, because it was like everybody's looking up to me and I have nothing to give. So I had to be a friend, I had to be a comforter. At the same time, I had to be a teacher. So that time she was to be prepared to go to another school. So all the interviews that she could do, the teachers from the schools could say, like, there's nothing here. The girl cannot read. And so I was at a point where I need to build the foundation of reading, but at the same time, I was supposed to equip her and prepare her for her interview so that she can enter grade 3. Yes, she was doing the grade 3 level grade 3 interview exams to be enrolled in a school. So I had to go back to the sounds. Now that is when I started to hear and understand about the sounds, the words. So since I was using Jollyphonics, then I got to use the Jollyphonics and got to learn about the Jollyphonics and identification of the sounds, formation of letters, and at the same time, then the writing. But at the same time, I'm to prepare this girl in math. I'm to prepare also how I have to do English grammar in terms of verb, in terms of composition and all that. So it was May 2021, and and school resumed around June. I think, yeah, June for after the June holidays. Yeah, July, yes. So I was given like May, June, July. So it was about 2 months that I was supposed to equip her. Thank God, during that period, I was able to equip her in both ways. And when she went to school, she was enrolled in grade 2 level, but at least there was something that had changed. So that was my first point, and which changed my perspective as a teacher. Being a teacher also has been a process to me, because somehow I've been running away from it. So through that girl that I was able to equip, then I understood, like, okay, Upendo, you can do something in someone's life. It means that you can impact and change someone. So that was my first child that I was able to equip. And from that moment now is when now I started to become more interested in reading, writing, and the foundations, and all those learners who are struggling in reading. Yeah. So far, that was my first scenario. And the second, in the year 2023, in December, this is, okay, in the same process, I've been doing home tutoring, but I'm just using examples of the learners who made a turning point in my life as far as being a teacher is concerned. So in the year 2023, again, I was referred to and introduced to a 9-year-old boy who also could not read at all. At least the other one maybe, but this one could not read at all, could not identify the sounds of the letters, could not comprehend the information. He was blank. I can say he was total blank. That was December 2023. So because I had already built myself into the reading, so again, so my people kept on referring, okay, check Upendo, check Upendo. So then I was referred to this boy, and because right now I have the experience of working with different learners. I'm helping different learners, the struggling and all that. But this one was a bit different because now I could use the skills that I have learned as far as reading is concerned, the Jollyphonics now, since it's the most one that I use, and it tried to use to this boy. But I can say, like, something happened, but you can see there's a struggle. There was a struggle that this learner somehow, it was kind of different. So we could go. I had in the presentation, I had attach a certain video. So I started again with the sounds from the beginning. This is a 9-year-old. The mother had just done everything. That's what she could tell me. She took him to Kenya. She took him to boarding school, but teachers could just say, she could pay extra money to the teacher so that he could have more assistants. But unfortunately, there was no help or any changes in
Sorry,
his.
Pendo.
Yes, please.
Pendo, can you now finally see the screen?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Thank you.
You can see it, eh? Sorry. Very sorry. I've worked my socks out. It was quite some work. So where should I jump to?
Jump to slide 2, please. Yes.
Slide
so
2.
Before, there. So,
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I go on with my small story, please let us do this little test over here. Msape, give us at least 2 minutes. 1 minute for us to decode this sentence. Please, everyone write in the comment section. Yeah, in the comments section, the chat. How can you decode that sentence, given that just at least one, we need to see at least one. Please let us decode this sentence over here. And someone to write a full sentence in the chat. Hi everyone, it's clear. Nsape? All right, thank you. Cowdens
yes.
got much. I think we're done over there. We got one. Okay, but Cowdens, did you decode it? Oh, it was okay, fine. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, so okay, maybe this one was that. I want to hear from you. Maybe, okay, I hope. In decoding the sentence, how did you feel? Was it an easy one? Was it so sharp and quick? Someone to please share. You can go to the next slide, please. You can write on the comment section. So what is with the shapes? The shapes, those ones, the upper part, as you can see, it's kind of like a sentence. So I needed us to decode it. I needed us to decode and see if you can use the shapes and decode them with a meaning. How much time are you going to take for you to decode that sentence? So the shapes is like a full sentence, like how it has been decoded, that it's a cat sat on a mat. Imagine you're just given that sentence with the shapes. Imagine just given the sentence with the shapes. It's just like a circle. Yeah, you would get confused. Thank you very much. Any other insights from the audience? Okay, only one. I need one. Right. It would take me longer to decode. Yeah, it would take longer to decode. That's exactly what would happen, and what if you are given such shapes to decode. So I always imagine myself right now as being a reading teacher. Like, I am teaching the beginner readers, I am teaching the struggling, I'm teaching the learners with different learning abilities. So how does it feel? How does it feel that you've introduced the child to sounds? It's the first time that they are knowing the abcd until z, and then you ask them to now join them the process of blending, like to form the letters. I think as you have tried, if the words were not, the meaning were not given over there, the decoding part, it's kind of confusing. It's frustrating. That's what I always imagine myself, and putting myself in the shoe of a beginner reader, because words do not make sense and the sounds are not automatic. It's the first time they're encountering this. So it's like you also learning a new language. You learning German. Imagine learning German or French and Chinese, and then you're supposed to remember what is good morning in that language that you are learning. So it takes you a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time for you to master. So that was my small teaser that I needed us to go through, and so that we can all get to understand the feeling of a beginner reader. So Nsape, go on, please. Thank you. The next slide is when I was introducing, I had already talked about it because this was the first time that I encountered teaching reading or reading how to read and write. So the girl with dread, this one with a peach dress, she was the one that was my learner, the 9-year-old girl, and here is the sibling who they were together. So I already talked about her. Please, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so that was 2021. I had no knowledge of a foundation of teaching reading. And so from the 3 months that I had done and also helped her in the process of reading and also preparing for an interview, I saw that there was a change. So the confidence improved. Also, she became happy, interested, eager. Up to this moment when we meet, she lives in Arusha. So it's just like, okay, my friend is here. So that was a mark and a turning point for me. All right. So that was for a learner, like I said, a beginner or struggling reader who did not have a good foundation from literacy. Next slide, please. Okay, so this was the learner that I was talking about in 2023 in December, and I was at a point that we were trying to do everything that we could do, but unfortunately there was no much progress in relation to the other learners that I've told. So I did not know what was the issue. I just tried to do with her him for a couple of time, and then we did not continue because it was during the holidays. So when we could try to read the words, I tried to use as much engaging activities so that my learner can try to be engaged in the learning. But with this one also, it was a bit challenged. But again, then I've said that I realized that he was dyslexic. So this one was undiagnosed because the mother did not know what she's dealing with. She invested a lot of money in tuition and changing of schools, boarding schools, but still teachers could not help. So she was so unaware of what the child was going through. So I said undiagnosed because I realized last year. Okay, and then I remembered, okay, so it means that so and so could have this because you we're doing art today, then when you try to ask him to remember what we had learned, he totally forget. He has already forgotten. So it was that blending part was a bit of a challenge, but all is well. He's doing on well at least at this moment. Yeah. So the next slide, please. Nsape. Next slide.
Yes, can you?
Next slide,
Are you
please.
not seeing the next slide?
No, I'm still on the same.
Oh, I'm trying to move to the next slide.
Okay, so the next slide is about also a learner. Last year, I was referred to a learner who had different learning abilities. For this one, he was 9 also in an international school. 9 in an international school. And he was in grade 4. Right now, he was 4. Yes, grade 4. Cambridge syllabus. And fortunately, this one was diagnosed. So as a dyslexic learner, the parents were aware of that. So I am given this child and I am supposed to help him with reading. But again, from school and the assessment that was done from he had another help as well. So, but still he was struggling with comprehending and math and timing and all that. So with this learner also, I got to learn that at first I was teaching him, I go to his home, we teach, but whenever that I could go, with other learners, when I go there, I'm like, Teacher Upendo is here, because I try to make the lessons as engaging as possible so that they don't get bored. But with this one, whenever I could go, it was like, oh, you again, you are here. Not so interested in the lesson. So I push, try to make him engage. Like, then you ask, do you want to read? Yes. Do you like to read? Yes. So I tried to make him engage, but still there was a challenge. Then I changed my thinking. I had to encounter one of my friends who deals with autistic learners. So I just shared with him, like, I have 1, 2, 3, but whenever I do this boy seems like he doesn't want to. Yeah, I can say he doesn't want, like, he doesn't feel like, I don't feel like I'm having this child in my lesson, because it's not that I don't feel him that we are together in the lesson, because it's a 1 hour session, and to him it's like it was very long. Then this man tells me that try to talk to him. Have you ever talked to him? Have you ever asked him of his interests? What are the things that he likes and all that? Then what I tried to talk with a boy. Then I had to ask him, so tell me, is it that you like? This boy loves coding, this boy loves football, this boy loves patterns, this boy construct, this boy, give him a box, he would construct for you an office, and it tells you this is an elevator and all that. He loves swimming, football, coding. Those are the things. Give him something, he can decode it just like that without even anything. So okay, then since I was taught that get to know him, get to understand him, then I changed my way of teaching him. Now I learned how to understand him now. So I ended us staying 101 on the table, and then I had to now use what he likes so that I engage him in the lesson. I do not go with the way how I want us to go, like I want us to finish the CVC, we go to the diagrams and all that. So I started changing the perspective. So today you're going to teach me about football. So when I changed that, that boy was so happy. Yeah, and he could be engaged in the lesson. I could see it. So I tell him, tell me about football. The boy explains to me. He's the one who taught me a lot of things about football. The middleman, the goalkeeper, everything as far as football is concerned. He could tell me the numbers. Why is it at the center? Why is it all that, the football field and all. So then from there is when now I started now to go out from his point. Okay, so this is football, right? So do you know how a ball is written? So I used what he likes for us to learn the spellings. Then I try to now build the spelling, like ball. Now this is the foot. So we get foot, ball, how to write goal. So all those words as far as the football is concerned. Then you could get so happy, engaged, and now like, wow, so this is how it is. Then maybe tell me about swimming. He could tell me, like, he goes into the deep ends and all that. So I use all that so to help me build the literacy and the sound, teaching him. So I realized that with him, I need to learn, through using his interest. So I could just give him time. We go outside. I have constructed something. It tells you, it constructs the rod, it constructs the bathtub, then it tells you, uses cement and all that. So I came to realize that I changed my perspective, of course, but another thing that I can tell about it, the parents, of course, were aware of the challenge of the learner, but unfortunately, still they could see that maybe the child is not doing enough. You see, it's like we tell him to, like, let me use the name Upendo is a boy. We tell Upendo to do his work, and we tell Upendo is a boy now. We tell Upendo to do her work, but still he doesn't want. And I mean, they promise him, like, okay, if you do this, we'll take you maybe to Dubai. If you do this, you get what you want. If you do this, but okay, the boy he's really trying, because I always talk with him a lot of time, but the parents see like he's not doing enough. He does not want to go outside of the they think that it's a comfort zone, like maybe he's doing it on purpose. So me being the teacher that I am understanding. I'm at the point now that I understand the child, because now I when I heard the word dyslexia is when now I went deep. I got to understand how are these learners, what's happening, like all that. So this also continues to bring to the child and having pressure, like I am trying, but it's not seen. It's like nobody sees what I am doing. So I think that's the aid of the parent as well. Yeah, just seeing like the child is not doing enough. But fortunately, he's progressing. But on my angle, when I'm with him, we just use his interest. So yeah, can we go to the next slide? That is my third learner. So I have the beginner, then diagonized. Yes, please.
Pendo, can we please try
Yes,
our level
please.
the best to use at least 4 minutes, so that when we reach 8:40, we start our Q&A. 4 minutes to wind up the slides, because we're out of time.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so again, my other learner that I am learning, because all these are learners that help me grow, and they remove me to work from my comfort zone. They help. I love them because I just say this is a positive challenge to me, because I just want to accommodate, being able to help assist them. So I'm recently also referred to a gifted learner. This one now is a challenging but a good one. So he's so intelligent, he's so bright, he's so good with space numbers, space, physics, chemistry. Right now, he's doing homeschooling. He's not in the system. The parents decided just to bring the teachers. So he's just doing the math of divisions for grade 5, Form 1, and all that. He explains to me the space and electrons and all that. And so at the same time, the mom checked on me, because she needed me to help with handwriting and spelling, because in as much as the boy can read, still in writing. So at the same time, I got to understand such a learner by going through his interest. So he loves chemistry, and I am supposed to teach this, to put the concept of sounds in this learner by using electrons, by using atoms, by using chemical reaction. The chemical reaction now is when I interpret it as a sentence. The atoms are the ones that I interpret it as the sounds, because the sound, the smallest particles that make up the words, because words come from the sound. So that's the way that I've managed myself to be able to accommodate such learners, by looking on their interest, so that I can utilize them and be able to help them as far as reading and writing is concerned. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, so this one, through this process, in as much as I've encountered lots of learners, I just wanted to use this as my point, because all of this fall on this. So I realized that it's possible for every learner to learn, if only we teachers get to understand them and put ourselves in their shoe. It's possible for these learners to learn, where even if it's struggling, even if it's a beginner, even if it's more intelligent, still the dyslexic who are learning in different ways. If we come to a point that we know how to trigger the turning point, I'm sure we'll be able to help these learners in relation to their capacity and capability. So yeah, That's my small experience, and that made me to continue just being more interested in helping different learners with different learning abilities. I deal with struggling, I deal with dyslexic, and now the gifted ones. So Nsape, can we please go maybe to the last slide? Yeah, so the methods that I commonly use is the structured literacy. I use the Montessori teaching involving all involving that Montessori, the see, the hearing, the singing. So I also I don't compare my learners. Every learner is different. So at least I try to, if it is Upendo, I deal with Upendo as per Upendo. If it's someone else, I deal with someone else as per their level. Yeah, so also that has helped me reach more learners, has helped me build more confidence to different learners. And yeah, they are my friends and we love each other. And I am so happy that I have created, and I create an impact to them. And when they're happy, I'm happy. That makes me a very good, I become so happy, like, wow, I've been able to help such a learner. So yeah, I think I have tried to, next slide, I think it was the questions and answers. Nsape? Oh yeah. Yes. So
Yes,
with the
is
right
it?
support, with the right support,
Oh, this one.
yeah, the right support, we are able to accommodate and help different learners. Let it be the beginner, we build foundation. The struggling, we help them move from one point to another so that they can proceed well. The dyslexic, we get to understand like what is the best way for them to be taught. So, and also the gifted ones, same, because everyone is different and we learn at different pace. So thank you very much. And that is my small journey as a teacher. Thank you. I hope we've gotten a one or two thing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Upendo. Of course, we have challenges in the beginning, but we at least tried to maneuver through them and move on. So, thank you for a very powerful presentation, Upendo. And I will
Thank you.
quickly move to the Q&A session. So, if anyone has a contribution, you can raise your hand or you can put your text on the chat. Actually, I have a few texts on the chat. Congratulations, Upendo. Godfrey Christian says, congratulations, Upendo.
Thank you so much, Godfrey.
Okay, so if there's any hands, or you can put anything on the chat, guys. We are very few today. We are only 7 probably. So we shouldn't take much time. We can just put up anything. We can say anything to answer or put up a question. I think Upendo would be happy to answer. Perhaps Cowdens. Cowdens, I want to hear you. What is your take on, or what do you have to contribute on this, if any? Okay, so from the chat, Elizabeth asks, how do you assess the learners to accommodate them? This is a question to you, Upendo. How do you assess the learners to accommodate them? And how do you know how to place them?
Okay, so at this moment, I am in a position where I am able to identify a beginner reader. I am able to identify a struggling reader. I am able to identify a learner with a different learning ability. Let it be slow learn. The dyslexic or the gifted ones. So I use can I say the Jollyphonics. I am into that. I use that one. So the assessing, when I assess a child, I focus more what is the ability of this child to identify the sounds, what is the ability of the child to form the sounds or the letters, as in letter formation, and what is the ability of a child to read. Does a child identify? Does the child form? Does the child read at least 3-letter words? Follow that sequence of reading. So when I assess a learner and I find out like probably this child struggles with identifying even the I'm not used to the names. Okay, A, B, C, D. Then, of course, most of the learners know by their letter names, which research says it's better when the learners are beginning to read. When learners are beginning to read, they better understand the letters with their sounds other than their names, because words come from the sounds. So for me, my focus is looking at the ability of the child to identify the sounds. Does this child identify at least the 26 sounds, not by A, B, C D, because A, B, C, the child can sing the songs. So another question was like, Elisa, I think I've just shown you the first part. I mean the sequence of in the reading. Those are the at least three first stages on which that you can assess a learner and see if this learner is in a position to read or write. So at least a child should be able to identify, to form, and also read the 3-letter words. And the next question was, how do I place them? Is it, Nsape?
Yes, how do you know how to place them?
How do I know how to place them as far as accommodating them? Is it? Then be...
Yes, I believe that is what she...
So as I said that I teach a learner in relation to his or her ability. There is no learner that I teach as a whole. I might be teaching the same thing to different learners, but when you look at their books, they are different notes, very different notes. There are different ways that I have taught the learner. As you can see on the previous slide, I was teaching a gifted learner, a very intelligent learner. With him, if I were to go on like, this is sound B, sound, oh my God, the lesson, the whole hour could, actually 2 hours, be very boring to him, because what is it? I don't, okay, you're not speaking my language. But for such a learner, I decided to go under his shoe. So we started I observed that, like, whenever we could speak of an electron, whenever we could speak of an atom, it was like, tell me what? You see the excitement, like, oh, so now he's engaged. Other than if I could just say, now this is mad. So, but using the sounds that you could use the atoms, those are the atoms. So for him, we became very interested in the lesson, like, wow, so what are you telling me? So a sentence I could relate it as a chemical reaction. Now let us write the chemical reaction. I'm talking about a 7-year-old. Let us write the combination of carbon and oxygen. And what do we get? We get carbon dioxide. So with that one, he could even give the letters, the names, the scientific names. I'm like, oh God, you boy. So it is for me, I just teach you as per how you are. If it's you go this way, I will try to adjust myself. But as long as I know what is my goal, the whole concept of my gifted learner was to teach him CVC words, consonant, vowels, and consonant. So because I didn't want to deal with spelling without putting a foundation to him. So the consonant, vowels, and consonant, I had to relate them with the atoms. And eventually in the end, we reached the orbits now. The orbits, oh God. So it is fascinating and interesting. So I just relate with you as per your level. That's how I assess and how I deal with my different learners. Elizabeth, I don't know if you've gotten something out of that.
And Upendo, I see Elizabeth has raised another question on the chat. She says, what resources can you suggest for teachers who have students who are struggling to read?
So
what resources?
Mostly with learners, what I do multisensory. With me, since I do 101, I usually maximum do only 1 hour session. So in that 1 hour session, I will start first by doing, I use the multisensory. I'll make sure that you hear, as we will sing a lot. I'll make sure that you touch. I have the flashcards. I have all the necessary equipment that you can do, but also you can, for, so I use the sand. You can have the sand. You can have for them to be able to trace, because that helps them with feeling, hand-eye coordination also. So they be able to relate the sound together with the hands. So you can, that is the flashcards. You can use sand. You can use salt, flour, as long as it will help you, just help the learner to be able to trace. So I commonly use multisensory. I use multisensory learning. I use the flashcards, letters, magnetic letters, or if there were letters that you can form from the local available materials. So mostly it's all of that and more of singing and hearing. That's mostly what I do. And I've seen a certain question about, but I've not gotten to read it all. Nsape, if you can help me.
Okay, once again, Elizabeth says, I don't know if Jolly Phonics will help grade 4 learners. We have a reading program.
Mm-hmm. So with a grade 4, a grade 4 learner, I think the first thing that you should know, what is he or she struggling with, or what is the focus of the program that you want to do. He or she might be in grade 4, but again, maybe he doesn't know how to read. He doesn't know how to comprehend information, even short passages. It's not that I'm suggesting Jollyphonics, no. It's just it's the way that I had used it since I was first introduced, because I did not know what is the way forward with it, but it has helped me. And I'm just using a lot of things, not only Jollyphonics. So with the grade 4 that you're talking about, I think the first thing that we should know, if they can't read at all, then we have to go back to the sounds, my friend. I always say that a good foundation is the source of everything. Even if they're in grade 4, they cannot read at least 3-letter words, then what are we going to do? Yet there are a lot of other subjects that they're supposed to learn. So as we know, reading is the foundation of all learning. Now, if we can't identify the book, we can't identify the SAT, mat, we can't just put that information, a cat sat on a mat, a bed, blah, 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 and then we just be able to comprehend. I think grade 4 won't be of use if we don't lay the foundation. So as much as in grade 4, I think maybe you can do a program of literacy, building the time, making the learner learn by listening, or making the learner just continue with the grade 4 level subjects, but at the same time, you have to lay a foundation here. So this side, maybe you can do by reading to them, just introducing them the concepts. If it's, let's say, energy or anything, just give them the concept, maybe by discussing, by listening, by discussing, asking questions, but at the same time, in terms of reading and writing, we have to lay a foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Pendo.
Thank
and
you so much.
Elizabeth says your response is helpful. Someone's hand was up for quite some time. Oh, I think he has dropped. Someone's hand was up for quite some time, but it is no longer up. So perhaps I can call on anyone else. Guys, do you have anything else to share with us, or to ask Upendo, or to contribute? Joel Elfas. Joel Elfas, I saw your hand was up. Can you please unmute yourself and talk?
Okay, thank you so much. It's not, I don't have a question, but I just wanted to add on questions that Upendo answered, specific on how do we group the learners. I just want to add on that. The big challenge is most of teachers, when they are teaching the learners, they don't do the baseline assessment, like to try to figure out, to understand which level is this student is, which level is this child is in terms of understanding and capabilities. Because normally from there, it is helps the teachers to group those learners, not by their age or their grade, but at least to group them according to their level of understanding. Because this is very important, specific for teachers, to really understand the abilities of each student within the class. And I like the way Upendo, she put it, like she not just facilitate the whole class or the whole learners as general, but she's trying to figure out, understand each ability of each learner, so that it's very easy to help this learner or this child to learn. Because sometimes these children learn in different way, different teaching methodology. So you might find what it can work for this child A, it can't work, or that methodology, it can't work on a child B. So this means a teacher, she need to be a creative on which methodology he or she can use to make sure this learner or this child can learn easily and acquires the knowledge that's intended at that particular. So I just wanted to add that, because I see in most of circumstances, many teachers, they're not really doing assess the student prior knowledge so that they can really understand from here, I'm going now to help my learner or the child to move or to improve from point A to B, so that even they can create a customized learning methodology that can help this child. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to add that, because that also is very important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
At the same
Joel, and
time,
thank you
Nsape,
for...
can I please?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Go on,
On the
Pendo.
same note. On the same note, we can say maybe Upendo, maybe you're used to 101 or what, but and maybe I'm in a classroom of about 50 or I don't know a number of students as in the reality that we are in. But I'm sure if all, as Joel said, if all teachers come to a point that of understanding our learners in relation to their abilities, we are able also to group our learners. Like you can have one group, I don't want to say group A, one group maybe somehow Upendo can read like Nsape, can read like Joel, can read like at a certain level. So maybe the Nsape, Upendo, they can be at this level. And then there's this one, A, B, C, D, that also their level, maybe they are chipping in, they're at the beginning level. So you might find now as a teacher now is when you're in one class, but the group of Upendo, you teach it same concepts but different level. You teach another the A, B, C, D, same concept but maybe they're beginning. Then there are these ones who are coming. Then there are those who are super. So obvious. So if you are able to divide your classroom in such a manner, I think we are also able to accommodate them and then be able to know. And also, as right now technology is developing, let us utilize AI, my friends. It helps somehow. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, that was very powerful, Upendo, and of course, thank you, Joel, for calling on a very important point. I think we are 2 minutes to the end of. I can see there's no any hand up, and there's actually nothing on the chat. Of course, Rachel says,
Sure.
does Nectar curriculum prepare national exams considering different needs? Can you take that, Upendo, as the last question?
Okay. In relation to, according to my experience, I do not have supporting data. I do not think if our country has reached this point of considering learners, testing or examine learners or prepare preparing learners in relation to their different needs. So this is just an initiative as a school maybe, or as a teacher, as an individual, that one can do so that you'll be able to prepare those learners. Let it be in Nectar or let it be in Cambridge. But at the same time, we hope to keep on advocating. We hope to deal with the policies, maybe somehow we can be able to bring a change in the community and society at large. So far I can say, like, no, it doesn't. Let me just say, no, it doesn't. I think, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that's it, Nsape.
Okay, thank you, Pendo. And of course, Cowdens has put something on the chat. She says, yes, it does also. Okay. Okay, that is fine. So, it is already 9 o'clock. So, Pendo, I can give you just a minute or 30 seconds. Please put up your final words or your final remarks. Conclude.
All right. Thank you so much, Dyslexia Tanzania, for the platform. And I thank you for the participants that are here. I'm sure some are parents, some are teachers. But my call is to let us be the change. Let us be the teachers that we can help our learners to become the better versions of themselves. We shouldn't generalize or anything. Just let us be the change and be the impact that we need to be. Otherwise, thank you, everyone. And I hope through this we have gotten at least something that can help us in our journey as teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Upendo. And Upendo, please keep up the tendency of doing a good job. You're doing a very good job on your Instagram. You're inspiring people. You're helping people.
Thank you.
And that is very important. So we are happy to have you as part of our family. And perhaps in the future, we can schedule yet another session for you. You're always welcome. And to the rest, thank you for being here. And you can see we are very few today. We are only a maximum of 11, which is not a very good number, but we still encourage you to please keep on inviting your friends, keep on sharing our support group link, our online school sessions link, so that at least we take the number higher and higher up. This is what we wish for. This is what we really hope we can get to. So having said that, we can call it a day, and I really welcome you to attend our next session as well. Ciao and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Thank you.